Good health is something we all want, for ourselves and for our families. Today we have more medical treatments and options at our fingertips than ever before. And with these choices, more of us are turning to the healing power of natural medicine. At the heart of this medicine is Bastyr University.
Natural medicine is about treating people, not disease.
When Dr. Joe Pizzorno co-founded Bastyr University in 1978 with 31 students, he knew even then that the successes of natural health care would be supported by science. Today, with enrollment well over 1,000 students, a number that has tripled in the past 8 years, and internationally renowned curriculum and faculty, this university stands as a leader in natural medicine education, research, and clinical services.
One of my greatest prides in Bastyr University is that we have committed ourselves to science-based natural medicine, which means we do research, which means we have faculty directly engaged in doing research to not only determine whether the therapies work or not, but also to advance our understanding of healing. So for example, when I say to a mother who has a child with chronic ear infections, there's a very good chance your child may be reacting to dairy products, and I can then point to 8 double-blind, placebo-controlled studies that showed that if you take children with chronic ear infections off of dairy products, 1/3 of them will stop having ear infections.
The body's power to heal itself continues to transform the opinions of those who are initially doubtful.
I came here from the University of Washington in the Physiology and Biophysics department, and when I first encountered naturopathic medicine and the whole area of complementary and alternative medicine, I was immensely skeptical.
That was 20 years ago. Today, Dr. Leanna Standish is one of Bastyr University's leading scientists.
Another area in area 18 and 19. I'm here to tell you that there is no doubt in my mind now that natural medicine has much science to its credit, and Bastyr University has been taking a lead in producing the new science. It's been fascinating to watch Bastyr's role at the National Institutes of Health. For example, we have been at the table for the advisory committee at the NIH that makes policy decisions about what kind of research will be funded in natural medicine. We have been at the table of the debates about Medicare now. We've been even at the table at the Institute of Medicine, which is a very elevated and scholarly committee. And Bastyr now is recognized by several senators and congressmen as the place to go to for credible information about health.
It was always a sight to see in our hotels as we'd kind of check into a whole floor of hotel rooms. You'd peek out later in the evening, and outside each door would be lined up with pizza boxes, Kentucky Fried Chicken and burgers and all these other things, just devoured by the guys, night after night after night.
Former Sonics and longtime NBA basketball player James Donaldson is now a businessman who owns several physical therapy clinics in Washington State. He credits much of his long 20-year professional athletic career to natural medicine, especially nutrition.
This is before my vegetarian days, but I was into skinless chicken, lean cuts of beef, vegetables and fruits, shakes, protein shakes, and those kind of things. I'd take a juicer on the road with me, which was unheard of back in the 80s and 90s. I think, and there was no question, it enhanced my performance on a nightly basis. There were stretches of games where I would play all 48 minutes of the game, and I'd play those kind of games night after night after night. You don't just do this just because. I mean, you do this because you take care of yourself.
You know, when I found out I was pregnant for the first time, there was a good period of disbelief because we tried for so long. Where are the bubbles going?
Monica Granfield credits natural medicine for the success of her in vitro fertilization treatments, the energetic 2-year-old now by her side, and the second child she's now carrying.
Well, I've been seeing Dr. Winsome, a naturopathic doctor, and we weren't having any success conceiving. And so I approached her. She had helped me so greatly with some of my other health issues that I thought, you know, this just seems like a logical thing to do, to ask her about, you know, what could be causing my body to not want to conceive.
I believe if Monica had not done the stability work with her health, that the reproductive technologies may not have worked, and if they had, she would have been much more uncomfortable. It did flare up her colitis on a few occasions, and when a woman's pregnant, we can't give heavy-duty prednisone and different kinds of steroids and drugs, so we needed to manage that with natural medicine. So it was a blessing that she chose to use both methods.
I think that she was able to prepare my body and make it successful on the first try. A lot of people do IVF and it's not successful on the first try or the second try, and so I think that in doing so, it prepared my body to be pregnant and to be the healthiest it could be.
When I walked into acupuncture for the first time, I was bent over and I was trying to maneuver a walker, and I had my dark sunglasses on because the light really hurt my eyes.
6 months ago, after a stroke, retired math professor Howard Hubbard was unable to do any of the things he normally enjoys. Then he began acupuncture treatments at Seattle's Bastyr Center for Natural Health, a treatment he'd never even considered before. He now credits for much of his improvement, including regaining his appetite.
I was in the hospital for a week, I think. I lost about 22 pounds, and as you can see, I'm not that heavy to have that much, and so it was really dangerous for me to be down that low. And the doctor, he suggested that I eat fat foods and things like that to try and get my weight back up, but I didn't want to eat anything, and so the only thing that really saved me was acupuncture.
As the demand for natural medicine grows, conventional practitioners like Seattle surgeon Tom Drost are listening.
I was in a very conservative, busy surgical practice in Las Vegas, and I was working 89 to 90 hours a week. It was in the middle of the night, and I was operating on a 400-pound, 45-year-old woman who had lung disease from smoking, diabetes, and I'm in here removing this horrible infection from her abdomen, and I stepped back from the table and realized that this woman had 4 or 5 preventable illnesses, and that medicine in general had let her down. I decided at that point, it was almost like a lightning bolt, that I wanted to approach medicine in a different way.
That's when Dr. Tom Drost chose Bastyr University, with the nation's largest and most comprehensive natural medicine curriculum. He moved to Seattle and began Bastyr's rigorous ND program. Now in his final year, he teaches a minor surgery course to other graduate-level students.
The wound, the swelling, to be compensated for. It parallels the MD program very closely, especially in the first 2 years. The same number of hours that a student will spend at Bastyr is pretty comparable to the number of hours that a conventional medical student will spend. The same class, the same basic sciences, biochemistry, the anatomy, cadaver dissections, everything are almost identical. The only thing is in Bastyr, they also incorporate homeopathy and botanical medicine and other principles of naturopathic care.
I think Bastyr is at the forefront of remarkable change in healthcare in the United States. Collaborative medicine is part of our vision, with MDs, NDs, acupuncturists, and all licensed providers working together for the benefit of the patient. And this is a system that can be delivered much more economically than what we're doing today.
It's that kind of pioneering effort and vision that Bastyr President Tom Shepard believes will keep this university at the forefront of healthcare.
The Secretary of Health and Human Services, Secretary Thompson, has just announced a new initiative, Steps to a Healthier U.S. And this encompasses all that we have been doing for a quarter of a century. They're talking about going from a disease care system to a health care system. And that's what natural medicine stands for. That's what Bastyr stands for. And the world is now coming to understand that this is how we're going to be healthy in the future.